We are honored to be joined by a leader who represents the voice of India's pharmaceutical industry at the highest level. May I now request Mr. Sudarshan Jain, Secretary General, Indian Pharmaceutical Alliance and Chairman, IIHMR University, to take the stage and share his valuable perspective with us.
Good morning to you all. It is indeed my pleasure to be here today, and it's great to see many of the industry leaders, academicians, students for this conference. Uh, it's great to hear Dr. S.D. Gupta because of him I got associated with IHMR, and I happen to be working with IHMR Jaipur and now got associated with Professor Manju for the conference. And I feel good that I happen to be here and Professor Manju, you asked me to be here. And it gave me opportunity to meet many of my friends here, Sanjeev is here, Vikrant is here, Prasant, Divakaran, and many of the other faculty members who have joined here. So, welcome you all for this conference. We have got great opportunity to have Vikrant here as a keynote address here. We have got Professor S. Sadagopan. It is my privilege to meet you, sir, today. And Professor C.S. Kedar, who is here, and all industry leaders. What I'd like to do in next 15 minutes is try to set the context of the industry, talk to you about 6 big trends which are going to happen in this industry, implication for the industry, and also implication for the course which is being planned as far as IIHMR Bangalore is concerned. I will also quote Professor Sabharwal, Madam Sabharwal. She set the context very, very clearly. We are 39 in terms of innovation, but we are 86 in terms of industry academic collaboration. And unless industry academic collaboration takes place, the whole industry academic agenda cannot move forward. It is first of the few conferences where I see a lot of people from industry and academics. And when I was traveling today in the car, many of the faculty members here who have joined from the industry. So it is a great sign for the starting of this course. As we all know, a lot has been said that pharma industry is a sunrise sector. It is the sector which contributes $21 billion in terms of foreign exchange, top 3 foreign exchange earner. We are $60 billion as an industry, third largest in terms of volume, and 14th largest in terms of value. We are proud of the fact that every second tablet in the US is sold from India. We get $1 trillion saving to US economy in last 10 years. Every year we save around $200 billion saving. And IQVIA colleagues are here. This is the study by IQVIA US. This is not our study. $200 billion saving to US every year. In Europe, every fourth tablet is sold from India. So that is the kind of power which this industry has. Yes, we have got the power, but are we doing something in innovation? 2/3 of the market globally is in terms of innovation, and our presence is very limited. Our presence is limited in biologicals, which is around $200 billion. And in that market, again, our presence is limited. I was talking to Vikrant, new products of that obesity, he will talk about it. He's one of the very well-demanded speaker today. So great to have you, Vikrant. Their one product contributes more than overall industry. Their contribution will be around $35 billion and our domestic industry is around $30 billion. So we are very good in volume, but our place in value is very, very low. And unless we move up the value chain, it has got a lot of implication for the courses, what we design, the way we understand the policy, and we are working very closely with the policy. I also teach at IIM Ahmedabad health tech course because I said that unless we, all of us who are here, start making difference to the student and the academic courses, the industry will not move forward. So there are courses development and everything is very, very important in terms of policy. 6 big trends, I will talk about it, and then maybe talk about what we need to do in terms of courses and the policy. First is, although healthcare industry has made difference, in 1980s our average age was 50, now it is 72. So the average age has gone up. But the question is, 50% of the people are still sick, and the definition of sickness is changing. So, yes, population has grown up, age has grown up. We have improved lifespan, but have we improved health span? And there's a very good book, Outlive, by Dr. Attia, and he raises fundamental question that the medicine, the way it has to be treated, the treatment profile, the drug profile, the medicine profile has to undergo a fundamental change if we have to go forward. So, yes, lifespan has improved, but is the health span has improved or not? The marginal years or the marginal decade of life, which is 70 to 80 or 80 to 90, is the most miserable decade for many of the people. They have got the problems of diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, Alzheimer's, cancer. Those diseases are improving. So second big trend which is there, and the question which is there is the profile of diseases is undergoing a fundamental change. We used to be very proud, Shishu is here, Brufen, we have made it big. But now the age of Brufen, yes, it is there, but it is the age of diabetes, cardiovascular disease, cancer, right? So second big change, yes, age profile has increased, disease profile, the lifespan has increased, but health span has not increased. So the second question is, how do we increase the health span? Let not that marginal decade or bonus decade for which we are living, let it be quality filled decade, because otherwise it is miserable to grow old with the kind of life we are treating. It has got a lot of implication for education, for the way we treat. So we call it marginal decade or bonus decade. So how do we move from lifespan to health span? Third is, we talked about when we started, it was acute. Now it is chronic and regenerative diseases, which are very, very common. In India also it used to be around 23%. It is now 31% chronic, but it should be more because maybe that is a recent census data. So we are moving from acute to chronic to degenerative disease. In terms of treatment profile, we are moving from small molecules to big molecules, biologics, and unless we as a nation, we are very proud of small molecules, but the whole profile is undergoing a change. So fourth big trend is big molecules, biologicals, and 55 biologicals, they are going out of patent. They contribute $350 billion. What as a nation we are doing to capture that opportunity of biosimilars? We don't have large companies except Biocon, Intas in that space. How do we move up that value chain? Next opportunity, diagnosis is very, very important. And Abbott as a company just recently bought for $21 billion only for cancer diagnosis, exact disease. Abbott is playing a very important role for wearable devices, which Professor Ashley Gupta was talking. In fact, continuous monitoring diabetes, LibrePro has been a big thing. It is not only for diabetes patient today, even for healthy patient, it is important that how do you adjust your diet based on that Libre profile. So diagnosis, preventive treatment, that will become the large trend. And the last is AI everywhere. And AI is omnipotent, omniscient, but we have to also balance AI with other areas. So these are the six strands which we are talking about. Uh, the theme of the conference is very relevant, that AI, and it is being called as augmented intelligence here, and transformative therapies. How do we synergize both to make the treatment better? Lot is happening, and there are early signs of innovation which are happening in India. And Cure AI, radiology is a big thing. It is $1 billion setup where radiology reports can be diagnosed using AI. It's a big thing, and a lot of entrepreneurs who will be emerging together, where AI and predictive analytics can be used for diagnosis. But beside that, I will not dwell much because Madam Sabharwal already talked about it. There's a lot happening in drug discovery, lot happening in clinical trials, lot happening in commercialization, but early in the game, right? Most of the places early in the game, can I say with confidence that this has happened because of that? So the companies like, say, Novo Nordisk, they have got into collaboration with OpenAI. Eli Lilly has got collaboration with NVIDIA. And what we are saying, that future pharmacology, biology is engineering. And there will be great combination of biology and engineering. In fact, NVIDIA chief, he gives lectures and he talks in every lecture today that what will be future is biology and engineering has to be combined together to make difference as far as overall life is concerned. Number one item of expenditure in the world is healthcare, right? It is more than defense. But how do we combine technology and healthcare together to make difference? Because unless you are healthy, you can't make difference. So fundamental is technology has to make difference in healthcare. And defense expenditure is around 4 to 5%. Healthcare expenditure around the world is around 9 to 10%. So there is no choice that both have to come together. India is ideally poised. We have got 28 years as the age. We have got the doctors' capital of the world, maximum number of doctors, nursing capital of the world. We have maximum number of engineers, 1.5 million engineers passing out every year, 24 GCC centers. So now is the time for India. And now is the time when we can make difference. We have been working with the government. This is the first time in the budget speech. I was not very sure. We had been working with the government. And I thought, yes, something will come in the budget speech. But right in the beginning, Professor Nirmala Sitharaman announced BioShakti program. In the beginning of the speech, 5 minutes. So someone called me up that Sudarshan, it is coming right in the beginning. And three big areas, 10,000 crores has been announced, although the amount is less, but lot is happening. So funding of innovation and strengthening our case as far as biological is concerned. Second area is clinical trials. How do we strengthen clinical trial capability? Only 2% of clinical trials take place in India, whereas our population is 17%. So India can be database for the world if we use it rightly. And the third is capability building, NIPERS and other areas where capability will be done. Now, that's BioShakti. As a IPA, EY reports quoted that we aim to discover 100 molecules by 2047. We will reach $450 billion from $60 billion. We'll be number one in the world in terms of volume, top 5 in terms of value. It is not only a dream, we are seeing a lot happening here. Glenmark has announced the first deal on cancer, largest deal of this year, $2.5 billion with AbbVie. A lot of work on CAR T cell therapy. Amneal is here, where cancer therapy is being developed. Lot is happening in CRISPR technology, cell and gene therapy, where lot will be seen. Antibiotic resistance, Vocard product is here. Saroglitazole for hepatitis B is being in the final stages in the US. So we are seeing new products coming from India. And the aim is not only made in India, but discovered in India. Now, coming back to our PGDP program, first is a lot of scope for industry academic collaboration. Starting point, this is a good starting point, visiting lectures from both the sides. Industry, academic teachers visiting industry centers, very, very important. In fact, we are talking with Ashoka University. How do we first train the teachers, right? Instead of using the same PowerPoint presentation and teaching methodology, the whole teaching methodology has to undergo a transformation change. We have just signed a collaboration with Ashoka University. How do we transform the whole teaching process? So that is very, very important. Coming to the courses, yes, very important. Beyond ChatGPT and Claude, fundamentals have to be very strong. You have to understand your finance very well. You have to understand your digital technologies very well. You have to understand your communication skills very well. Don't only work on ChatGPT, but basic communication. So the fundamentals of the course don't change. And IIHMR or other universities should make sure that fundamentals are right. And second aspect of the fundamentals is discipline aspect. I see many of the institutes, attendance has gone away. Half of the time when the teacher is teaching, people are looking at the mobile. The teacher does not start the class at time, but some of the great institutions, they start at time, end at time. So some of the discipline part is very, very important. So how do we incorporate that discipline? Like say, IIM Ahmedabad, Calcutta, Bangalore, the class will start at time, end at time, not even a minute more, because the students will become very, very anxious. And teachers are example. And whatever values which are taught is very, very important. Second is a lot of experimental learning, a lot of emphasis has to be brought in the project work, experimental values have to be brought in. And lastly, I will just quote Ajay Banga, who just gave a big video which is being in circulation. What are the qualities for the future? When we started, it was IQ only was important. Then came EQ. Now he's talking of DQ. Decency quotient is important. So how it is important that you have to be a good human being, how it is important that you have to have humility, how it is important that you have to have lifelong learning. We are working on a different context. He started as a Nestle brand manager, went on to become IMF, but learning every day. So that curiosity, that learning, constant learning challenges ourselves is a very important part of education. Thanks once again to all of you. Thanks to Professor Usha once again. Thanks to all the faculty members who are here. And thanks to industry leaders, students, and all the very best for the PGDM course. Thank you very much.